Julian Draxler is now a player for Augsburg, and I could not be more thrilled. He's injured, but when he comes back, he's going to be good. Hello guys, and welcome back to the second episode of Replicating Ranieri with Augsburg, where today we are playing our third and fourth games in the Bundesliga season against Werder Bremen and FC Bayern Munich. Two very important games, two difficult games to say the least, but I think that our team might be able to rise to the challenge. Since last time out, we have made some transfers and played one game where we only managed to win 1-0, despite the fact that they went down to 10 men. Arp stood up from the penalty spot and put it into the back of the net. So, it could have been a little bit more convincing. On the stats, we were absolutely dominant, but let's focus on the transfers that we have made since last time out. And we have brought in a couple of quite good players, and those are in the form of this youngster from Real Madrid, Vasi. I think he's a real player, so maybe some of you will recognise him, and Julian Draxler. I think that this guy will be an amazing signing for us this year. A lot of leadership. Well, I don't know if he actually has that much leadership, but he's got some experience, and I really like what he brings to the table. Statistically, we can play him in a lot of different roles, and I don't see how he will fail with us this season. We loaned out a couple of players. We're still looking to sell a couple, but we have not made any finalizations just yet. Let's jump straight into our first game of the episode against Werder Bremen. This is the team that we're going with, Vasi making an appearance because we do have an injury to our normal right winger, Lopez, who will probably now be a bench player now that Julian Draxler is on the pitch. But that is basically it for the best squad that we have at our disposal. Let's jump straight into it, and hopefully we can win this game. If you compare the two sides, I think that we are probably the better of the two, with a lot of very good quality players in our 11. I think that we should be able to come away with a win, and you know what, I'm going to tell them I expect the win, and that has motivated them, which is not something I was expecting, to be completely honest. So, happy that that team talk went well. I never know what to say if I don't get to say something about the media, or keep going from last time out, or we owe the team from last time out. You know, it's just always confusing for me. I haven't tested them enough. Normally they do absolutely nothing. But straight off the bat, in the game, we have nothing to talk about. One shot after 20 minutes and it has gone their way. But luckily for us, we just get another shot. No highlights though, but it looks like it is starting to pick up a little bit. Maybe we will get lucky and see a highlight within this first half. Hempel doing a very good job from CDM. And that often does happen for us. When we play with the gegenpress, that CDM on deep line playmaker always does a really good job. A bit like Mattia Vimonti in Lelujo's series this year. What's it called? Non-league to legend. That's what I was on about. But anyway, we do have a chance ourselves. And Vasi, the debutant, puts a great ball into the middle. That's not a word. Middle, and Up is able to calmly, composedly put it into the bottom corner, and we go 1-0 up, which is a very good start to the game. I was feeling a little bit nervous about using this tactic. I was very close to changing to 5 at the back, but I'm happy that I've stuck with it, and hopefully we don't go onto level terms before half-time, as they have a chance right now. Bakuna on the ball, but we make a good block, but I think it still might be their chance unless we can get the ball back at some point here. Our players are trying to close them down, but they still have it, and they're probably going to look to play it into the middle. He's just gone straight through our player there. You know, that's not how the rules of physics work, Football Manager, but it's okay. They've headed it over the bar, and it looks like we're going into half-time as the leaders, 1-0 up, and we do not mind that at all. So I will tell the boys, don't get complacent out there. Keep going. Hopefully we can add to our lead, or I mean, honestly, if we just hold on to this 1-goal lead, I won't complain either. But it would be great if we could get some more goals on the board as Vasi picks up a knock. Actually, I think he'll survive. I'm just going, you know, a wee bit of tough love never killed nobody. I think that's not true, but that's all right. The first highlight of the half is going their way, and they are knocking the ball around very well, and eventually they are in a very promising area. But luckily for us, it's ruled off for offside. And I'm not sure who was offside there. Clearly it was Onyekuru, but we don't get to see the replay. Normally I get to see that. I do have that setting on, but I guess I've forgotten that, and that is okay. We're only human here. Well, Actually, they're not human. They probably should have gotten that right. But we're going to bring on this Dutch, not Danish, Dutch midfielder in the form of Vin V V V Vilina. That's not that hard, actually. Vilina. I'm pretty sure I'm getting that right. That took me way too long to work that out. But we're going to take off Fekir because he has not been playing too well out there today. We'll bring on this young man. I don't even know if he's young, but this wide player that we have at our disposal, the only one that we have on the bench to hopefully hold out that right-hand side, as Vasi does have a very good debut, and just keep the clock ticking down for the last few minutes. As I said before, I'll take a 1-0 win away from home against Werder Bremen. Probably not the hardest side of all time, but certainly a side that we have to show a little bit of respect to, because they could pop up and score a goal at any point. But we are the ones on the ball right now attacking. But luckily for us, well, not luckily for us, but unluckily for us, they do clear it out and we get it back and we can regroup from the back. We don't play it back to the goalkeeper, which is what I normally would like to do in that situation. But eventually, we get it to Arp, and a good assist from the Dutch player that we brought on, and Arp gets a second of the game. And that is a lot more of a comfortable result, and I'm happy with that performance. In the end, we've moved up into second place in the Bundesliga. Don't know how long that will stay there, but we do not mind that at all. That is a good result from the team away from home, and I feel a little bit more comfortable about using that tactic. Let's jump straight into transfers and see if we can do anything on the last few days of the transfer window. I'm just thinking, is there anything that I'm actually doing? On my short list, I've got... No, I don't think I'm actually planning on doing anything, but, you know, if something pops up, maybe I'll do it. There's this young Brazilian who's up for grabs on a free, but unfortunately doesn't have any interest in trying to sign a new contract. I feel like our squad has a lot of depth. I don't know if there's really an area that I need to improve. So, I think this might be it. If someone good pops up, I'll get them. If not, we'll live with it and use our money in the January transfer window. But yeah, good win. This could be one of the hardest games of the season, and it will certainly tell us how good our squad is that we have at our disposal. This is the team that I'm going with. I was very, very tempted to move to a 5 at the back formation, but I've decided against it. But I could very likely switch it up at some point during this game. So this is the squad that we're starting with. Let's jump straight into it without any further ado. And I mean, if we manage to come away with a draw or a win today, I think it would really show that this could be a season that we could do quite well in. Obviously, you can tell which side is the more higher quality, shall we say. I think that they aren't quite using their best 11. Well, I mean, it is a few years in the future, but it does feel like they're probably not lining up with their full-strength squad. But I still think that it will be a massive challenge for us to even come away with a point. But straight off the bat, we do have an opportunity. It looks like it is going Bayern Munich's way. They're on the ball, playing it out to Coutinho, who's still with them, which is something that is very surprising considering I don't even think he ends up staying with them in real life after his loan spell. But, you know, that's okay. Football Manager does create a wee bit of an alternate universe for the footballing world. They're passing around very well. If one of our players is able to get a tackle in or collect the ball from a bad pass, we might be able to kickstart our own counter-attack, but unluckily for us, we can't. But luckily for us, our goalkeeper makes a great save there, and we manage to stay in with a chance of, staying on level terms for a wee bit longer. If they scored this early, I think it would certainly take any chance of us getting any wind in our sails early on in this match. So I think we need to make sure that we do hit at them early to make sure that there is a little bit of confidence in us. And that is exactly what we needed. Up gets a header from a corner. Fekir with the assist. And honestly, I'm tempted to already change the entire approach, move more cautious, more defensive. But I think I should just stick with it. We'll see how it goes. I could end up regretting it very quickly. They might score straight away. I have a feeling this could be one of those games where you score straight away and then they score about 4 or 5 and you kind of look like an idiot for ever getting excited about it. But maybe, just maybe, we can come away with a result as we get an interception again. And it looks like we are the ones on the attack, playing it back. to our defenders by playing it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Yes, they know my football now, and we can regroup. Oh, even playing it back to the goalkeeper once more, just to, prove to me that they know what they're doing. Fekir heads it on to Vassi, who has managed to stay in the lineup despite our normal right winger coming back to full fitness. Iwobi gets his header, and he puts it into the back of the net, and we're 2-0 up against Bayern Munich. Okay, they must not be using their full-strength squad. I don't know what's going on. Fekir with 2 assists already, and this has put us up in first place in the league. Well, level on points, so second place technically. We almost score again from another corner. This is absolutely crazy. What? Is this a season that we could seriously compete for a title with Augsburg? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing their name correctly is the thing. I'm getting far too ahead of myself. It's early days. It's early in the game. If we can hold on until half-time, this would be an incredible feat, would it not? 4 shots to their 6. We haven't even been dominant. We've just been clinical. And as long as we can keep going the way that we are and keep the defensive press on the way that we are, I think we might be able to come away with a win. I know. And I'm not meant to say that because it means that Football Manager hears you and makes them score. But obviously, I've got to say, don't get complacent out there because there is no room for complacency in this match. We need to make sure that our levels stay the exact same. We keep getting those interceptions, creating chances for ourselves, blocking those shots, and not giving them an inch in this game. 60 minutes is almost past, and we only have half an hour to go in this game. And we're only half an hour away from an absolutely historic victory. I think I'm going to take off our box-to-box midfielder I think he's the only one that will be worth bringing on into that role. Just because he's looking a little bit tired, we need everyone on full fitness for these last few minutes of this game just to close it out. Although he did make that interception that created the chance where Iwobi scored his goal, I just need to make sure that everyone is at their full capability to be able to win this game. What a win it would be for the club. What a win it would be for our season. We have done absolutely nothing in the second half. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, and sometimes nothing happens. And I'm hoping that nothing happens in this highlight, because if we manage to go into 10 minutes to go 2-0 up, I will feel kind of semi-confident that we'll be able to come away with the win. But if they score here, as they do, I was about to say as they almost do, I don't know what to do, honestly. You guys are probably all screaming at me that I should make certain defensive changes, and I think I'm going to give in to them. There's probably a couple of you screaming at me saying, this is the stupidest thing you could ever do in this situation. What are you doing? And yep, those are probably also very good points. I'll move him on to a deep line playmaker. He can be an anchor man. I don't know. I'm so nervous. This is just too intense of an end to a game. Let's put him on. He can't play that. What about you? Can you play? Yeah, box-to-box midfielder there. And should we go cautious? Let's just go cautious. But there's too much time. 15 minutes is an excessive amount of time left. I honestly think they should change it to rugby rules. I think that there should be 80 minutes. There we go. 80 minutes passed. That's full time. Anything that happens past here doesn't count, in my opinion. It's not allowed to count. There's new rules in football, and 80 minutes is the time that it ends. We're getting through the 90 minutes quite quickly. 5 minutes of additional time. Why is there 5 minutes of additional time? Where did that come from? Gnabry got injured for only a couple of seconds, and there's a chance. I don't want to watch. It's our chance. We scored. Alex Iwobi, take a bow, my son. His second goal of the game. And I don't know how we've done it, but we've just beaten Bayern Munich. 3-1 at home. The match stats do not support any evidence that say that we should have won that game or even competed. But we've done it. And we are second in the Bundesliga table at the end of this episode. Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot to say, there were transfers between now and last time out. We didn't bring anyone in, but we sold some players. But let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the fact that we just beat Bayern Munich. I'm really nervous that I'm not recording, because I don't think any of you will believe that I've actually done it. unless I have this on recording. Alex Iwobi, of course he's the man of the match. What is going on? This could be a special season, and I am so excited to take you guys on the ride with me. Wow. What a way to end the episode, because that is where we're going to end it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like and subscribe. If this isn't a reason to like a video, I don't know what is. And make sure you stick around for the next one, which should be out as soon as possible. And I will see you all later.